She's a supermodel, an actress, and now the creator of some of the most iconic selfies ever seen on the big screen. Today, we're diving deep into the story behind Sara Sampaio's breakout moment in Superman and how she managed to capture those legendary selfies that have not only gone viral but have redefined how we see superheroes on screen. Get ready for a journey full of glamour, behind-the-scenes secrets, emotional highs and lows, and an unexpected look at the power of self-expression. This is the story you didn't know you needed. Born in Porto, Portugal, Sara Sampaio dreamed of being on the big screen long before she ever walked a runway. Before Superman, she was best known as a Victoria's Secret angel, strutting on glittering runways and gracing countless magazine covers. Her transition from modeling to acting wasn't easy. In countless interviews, Sara described how people saw her as just a pretty face, someone who couldn't possibly hold her own in a powerful, emotional film role. When she first auditioned for Superman, even she didn't expect to get it. But she didn't just get it, she transformed it. The producers saw something unique in her, a spark that went beyond beauty. They saw an artist with a powerful sense of self and an unbreakable will to connect with audiences. Landing a role in Superman is every actor's dream. But for Sara, it was also a terrifying challenge. Suddenly, she was surrounded by industry giants, veteran actors, and directors with larger-than-life expectations. But Sara didn't just want to play a supporting role, she wanted to redefine it. And one of her boldest ideas, bringing her own phone on set and taking real selfies during key scenes. At first, the director thought she was joking. Superheroes? Taking selfies? But Sara insisted. Her idea was that superheroes, like everyone else, crave human connection, and in this age, there's nothing more human than a selfie. She wanted to show the vulnerability behind the power, the candid moments behind the capes and fight scenes. After some convincing, the director agreed. The rest, as they say, is history. Sara's selfies weren't just casual snaps. She worked closely with the cinematographer to ensure lighting, angles, and even her emotional expressions felt real and intimate. In one particularly powerful scene, she captures herself mid-flight, hair swirling, eyes teary. That single shot ended up on posters worldwide and flooded social media feeds within hours of the film's premiere. She spent hours studying not just camera angles but the psychology behind a selfie, how we reveal ourselves to the world, how we hide, how we want to be seen versus how we truly are. It was this raw authenticity that made the images stand out. Fans didn't see a flawless, untouchable superhero. They saw a woman grappling with power, loss, love, and hope, all in the frame of a phone camera. Speech balloon, the viral impact, 10 to 1,300 hours. When the film was released, Sara's selfies exploded online. Audiences and critics alike were mesmerized. These weren't just marketing gimmicks, they were pieces of storytelling. People started recreating her poses, sharing their own vulnerable superhero selfies. Hashtags like hashtag #SaraSelfieChallenge and hashtag HeroInMe trended globally. Celebrities, influencers, and even other actors started praising Sara for bringing humanity back to larger-than-life characters. Some even said that those selfies spoke more deeply than some entire monologues in other superhero films. Performing arts, Sara's emotional journey, 13 to 1,600 hours. Despite the praise, Sara faced intense scrutiny. Some called it a publicity stunt, others accused her of trivializing an iconic franchise. In a tearful interview, she admitted she had moments where she wanted to quit the film entirely. She questioned whether she had gone too far or if people would ever understand her vision. But with the support of close friends, family, and a few trusted colleagues, she pushed forward. The selfies became not just a gimmick but a powerful symbol of her own journey, from being seen as a silent beauty on the runway to being heard and felt as a true artist on screen. Now, Sara Sampaio isn't just a model-turned-actress. She's a pioneer who blurred the lines between celebrity, art, and authenticity. She has inspired countless young artists to experiment with vulnerability and self-expression. Directors are reportedly already asking her to design similar moments for future films. Sara has hinted at working on a photography book, showcasing not just the selfies from Superman, but also unseen, raw moments from her life behind the camera. By turning a simple selfie into a moment of cinema history, Sara Sampaio showed us that sometimes the smallest frame can tell the biggest story. So next time you take a selfie, remember, it's not just a picture. It's a window into your soul. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. If you love the story, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next deep dive into the most fascinating stories in film and beyond. When the official trailer for James Gunn's Superman arrived, the Portuguese actor understood why viewers questioned her character's decision to take selfies of a nearby attack on Metropolis. We now know that she was in the Luthor Corp control room that was orchestrating said attack, and that she was never in any imminent danger herself. But the inappropriateness of the act still stands given the danger to those citizens caught in the crosshairs of Lex Luthor's, Nicholas Hoult, nefarious scheme. Sampaio admits that Eve's selfie-obsessed manner is heightened for comedic effect, but the behavior is very much rooted in reality. She acknowledges that we live in a time where influencers staged photo ops for themselves during 2020's various protests before going straight home. In Poland, the Auschwitz Museum routinely pleads with visitors to stop taking selfies on the grounds where 1.1 million people were killed. When the entire global population has a camera in their pocket, lines of decency are inevitably going to be crossed. Overall, Eve's selfie fixation wasn't solely geared toward the vanity of social media. She was also protecting herself when she became another imprisoned ex-girlfriend of Lex Luthor. As a result, she exposed Lex's plot to manufacture a foreign war in the name of destroying Superman. Everyone underestimated Eve from the start. What is she even doing in the movie? Why is she taking selfies? This is so stupid, Sampaio recalls to The Hollywood Reporter. And now everyone is like, oh. She saves the day at the end, and it's a brilliant way of showing how humans and characters are not just one thing.